Welcome back to HARBRO Freight, quality videos, lowest prices, and today we're going to do a dive into day 7 and day 8 because I feel like there's some good options that we might not be aware of. But before I do, if you find this useful or helpful, please consider liking and or subscribing and or hyping. And let's jump in. Of course, deal of the day 6 going on today. Who got their mechanics cart or who got their 30-inch one-drawer service cart? Sleeper deals here. And of course, if you've gone in, don't forget free gift this weekend, today and tomorrow still. Really, probably just tomorrow, but tarp, tool holder, and microfiber cloths. But let's jump in first to deal 7, deal 8. Deal 7 tomorrow, Sunday only, is 35% off all 2040 80V Atlas, Bauer and Hercules batteries and chargers. 35% off. If you were looking to get some batteries or chargers, this is the time. And I would say, actually, this is a great time for all 3 of these because Atlas, I want to say I rarely see on sale. I might be wrong. We'll look it up. And then Hercules and Bauer, of course, time to stock up. They don't have the bundle deals anymore. So we'll look at those briefly. And the one we'll do a deeper dive into is we'll look at all Doyle products to see what we can get on Monday. But first, let's look at some Atlas. Atlas, they have only a few items. They have the 80V and 40V in one, 2.5 amp, 5 amp, 140, and then the 80V and 40V, 8 amp hours versus 4 amp hours, extreme performance lithium ion battery in one, 250. And then, of course, the rapid charger, which you'll need one, or just the regular charger at $50. Then they do have the smaller 40V battery, and then the battery powered inverter tool only. I had considered getting into the Atlas line, but if I hadn't pulled the trigger on Greenworks for a mower, that's what I was looking at. We'll start off with the extreme performance at $250 and at 35% off. You're getting, you're getting $90 off, almost $100 off of the extreme performance, which is a pricey battery. And here we have the price history. It looks like the lowest it's been, which is surprising. It came out back in 2022. Original price $220. It is right now up at $250, but it does show a recent deal down to $170. Maybe it's slipping my mind. That's pretty close to what it is now with the 35% off. So if you got it for $170, that was a great deal. Outside of it just happening, it had never gone below $200. So now with this 35% off at $162, it's new lowest price that it's been at in the last 3 years. So definitely on this Atlas battery, a must get. And then we'll take a look at the regular one, 140, and getting this at 35% off. You're getting it for $91, so sub $100, saving about $50. And the price history on this one shows that it came out at $110 back in 2021. Of course, it's gone up in price. Right now up to $140. It had been higher. It had been up to $150 in 2023. Anyways, hasn't changed price in the last couple of years, but it does show that it's gone down to $99 here and there over the last few years. But again, $91 is the lowest that it's been. So this is the time to get Atlas. If you've been waiting to pull the trigger on Atlas and you've been maybe waiting for a sale, this is as good as a sale's going to get. And then maybe wait for those 20% off certain Atlas equipment if you were looking at it. So great deals on the batteries. The chargers all speak for themselves. This was a relatively new tool recently. And if you do get into the line, this would be kind of nice to get 40V or 80V to charge electronic devices, power lights, or operate other essential items. Like if you have these heavy duty batteries, you're spending quite a buck on this $80 300 watt battery power inverter. Just the tool, no batteries. But you're getting this for 35% off, getting this for $52. Feels worth it if you're already buying one of those batteries, and you could use it just in case like of a power outage, something like that. So that's Atlas. And then we'll briefly look at Bauer and Hercules just because they're already on instant savings. These are already instant savings. This is going on through October 9th, but this sale is ridiculous because you're getting an extra 35% off. And I'm 99% sure this should stack based on all the feedback. It is just a new lower price. You might run into the one manager who says you can't do it, but all the evidence shows that they do stack. So at $90, let's just say for these Bauer 20 volt 5 amp high capacity battery, $90, and getting this for 35% off, you're getting it down to just under $60, $58.50 for 2 batteries, which comes out to about less than $30 per battery for a 5 amp hour, 20 volt lithium ion battery. That's ridiculous. That is an excellent deal for 2 batteries. And we'll just do the same look at the Hercules right now. $35 off, $99.99, so $100. Don't need to do the math for this one. You'll get it for $65. You'll save $35 on these two 20 volt lithium ion 5 amp hour batteries. But you're also getting these essentially for about $30. So excellent deal on the batteries. Okay, enough with batteries. Let's look at Doyle. Oh, Doyle rules. And I've sorted this from high to low. And let's just see what our options are. We have Doyle Premium Pipe Threading Die, Head Kit 6-piece at $330. It looks nice. Pipe Threading Die Head Kit constructed from high-strength alloy steel to make clean cuts and precise threads. So saving basically $100. So $231. I mean, those of you who are doing pipe threading and need a die kit, you would know if this is a great deal or not. But $100, I feel like it's a great deal compared to rigid at $865. I mean, we trust Doyle because the Doyle does rule. So that's the pipe threading kit. What is this? Doyle portable chain vise. This rugged vise has a large 1/8 inch to 6 inch pipe capacity for all types of cutting, shaping, and trimming jobs. Awesome. And at $250, at 30% off, you're going to get down to $175, saving $75. And then, of course, you have your classic Doyle vices and anvils, with the more expensive vise coming in at $200. Swivel vise with anvil and pipe jobs. Then a 5-inch multi-purpose vise with anvil as well. That's pretty cool. So it comes with an anvil and it's a vise. So like a 2-in-1. 6-inch and 5-inch. And the 6-incher at 30% off, getting that down to $140, saving $60. But if size doesn't matter, it does. You go with the 5-inch, getting it down to $119, so about $50 off. And if the Doyle has a premium ratcheting tube bender kit for $140, and at 30% I'll get that for sub $100, save $40, $98 total. The classic Doyle 65-pound cast steel anvil, also save about $40, get it sub $100 for $98. Get an anvil for $98. You have a couple more Doyle vices, 4.5 inches. That's if you're not a size queen. Another Doyle 6-inch hitch vise, which seems pretty practical. The Doyle heavy duty 1/8 inch to 2-inch straight pipe reamer, which looks like a wild tool. Premium oil bucket kit. The professional oiler bucket kit delivers 25% more oil per stroke, keeping dies flooded with oil for longer life and better threads. At $90, getting this down to $63 for this Doyle Premium Oiler Bucket Kit. And I kind of like this. I've never gone this deep into Doyle. I've always looked at the hand tools, maybe some of the vices, but hopefully you're excited as I am. The 3/16 to 3/4 inch premium flaring tool kit. Doyle's, dang, this is a pricey hammer. Doyle's 14-ounce titanium milled face hammer. What a hammer. $69.99. Very nice. This this milled, that's an interesting choice, a combination of words. $69.99. This milled face framing hammer is constructed from grade 5 titanium, making it 35% lighter for improved control and power, 100% lifetime guarantee. What a hammer. That's $70. Get it for $49. Save about $20. What a deal. What a hammer. And we'll keep going. More vices from Doyle, different options. They have some loppers, which is good if you're doing gardening. I might have to look at those for 30% off. They're both $45. Get them down to $31.50. About $15 off. Excellent. Premium pipe threading ratchet handle. Some bolt cutters. Some forged steel head shears, which is nice. The Doyle 100-foot fiberglass fish tape. Already on clearance for $35. And then we're getting into the hand tools. Doyle's, well, one thing to remember is we do have Doyle 35% off of pliers and screwdrivers. So if you want that extra 5%, you're avoiding Doyle screwdrivers and pliers. So just a heads up, we'll kind of avoid the pliers then and the screwdrivers, which is unfortunate. High performance adjustable wrench. Save $9, so get $10 off of this. Almost $10. Pliers, heavy duty professional hand riveter. I have these Doyle bypass pruners, but get these for 30% off would be about $7.50 off, so get it $17-ish. Heavy duty wire strippers, $24. Save about $6-7 there. The 10-inch cable cutters at $22. Save over $6. Get them for about $15-14. More pliers. The Doyle 6 1/4 inch 4-vial conduit level, $20. Save $6. Get that for $14. A more normal hammer, 16-ounce steel nailing hammer, $20. Save $6. We got more pliers than the 4-pound steel cross peen hammer, $18. Save about $5. The Doyle professional rafter square, same thing. Save around $4-ish. And then different types of cutters, nippers. The Doyle electrician shears, $15. Save $4.50. About $10. Doyle 3-pound steel drilling hammer, 11-1 ratcheting multi-bit screwdriver. Get it down to about $10. The micro tip pruning shears, I have these. They're excellent. Get it sub $10. High performance adjustable wrench. Wire stripper that's on sale. Folding jab saw Doyle, 30% off. Get it sub $10. Some flush cutters. More wire stripper cutter. Utility knife, get $3 off. Another utility knife. And then the classic magnetizer, demagnetizer, get that for $2.40 off. So we'll get it down for about $5. And then tweezer pliers, same, save $2.40. Or these $7 bolt cutters, save $2.10. But that's all the Doyle. I'm surprised by some of the things they offer. But anything that the HARBROs are eyeing, anyways, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully you've gotten your free gifts. Who got their US General? Who's getting their batteries tomorrow? Either Hercules, Atlas, Bauer. Let me know. Good luck out there. Happy shopping, happy harbor freighting. And as soon as I have some more deals, I will send them your